Good morning and welcome to BJC Mitzvah A, number 215, part 4. Using Sefer Hachinuch, a mitzvah that keeps your soul in its way. The prohibition to eat Nossar. And again, this is found in the third book of Vayikra, Parshas Kedoshim. The Chinuch begins his selection of laws of the mitzvah by citing a Mishnah that delineates specific parts of the animal that are excluded from the prohibition of Nossar. Among the laws of Nossar is that which the sages of blessed memory have stated in Mishnah Zevachim. If one eats of the hide of an offering that was left over, or of the gravy, the liquid produced when the meat is cooked, or of the mixture of seasoning and fine particles of meat that gather in the pot, or of the alal, which means the shreds of flesh that remain attached to the hide when the animal is skinned, or of the murah, the membrane that adheres to the hide when it is skinned, or of the sinews, or of the horns, or of the hooves, or of the claws, or of the beak, or of the eggs found inside a bird offering that had become Nossar, or of the feathers, he is not liable to chorus. Hope you got that. All those not liable. The laws of Nossar apply not only to the parts of the offerings that are eaten by the owner or the kohanim, the priests, but even to the emurim, the sacrificial parts of the offering that are burnt upon the altar. See Mishnah Zevachim. Emurim become Nossar when the time designated for offering them upon the altar has passed. Thus, one who eats of the emurim after that time violates the prohibition of Nossar. Nevertheless, the prohibition of Nossar does not apply to all emurim. The Chinuch proceeds to delineate which emurim are not included in the prohibition of Nossar. Likewise, with regard to the blood of the offering, there is no liability to chorus on account of the prohibition of Nossar. Likewise, for eating levana, frankincense, or incense, or wood that has been donated to the altar, there is no liability of chorus, even if it had been left over past the time designated for it to be offered, as we have written regarding the prohibition of pigul. The Chinuch returns to detail general exemptions to the Nossar prohibition. If one ate of the fetus or afterbirth found in an offering that has become Nossar, he is liable to chorus. Also included in the laws of the mitzvah is that which the sages have stated, that with regard to the consecrated offerings of idolaters, meaning to say the offerings that they bring in fulfillment of vows that they have made, or their donated offerings, which we accept from them, these offerings do not carry liability for eating of Nossar and pigul. These and the remaining details regarding the prohibition of eating Nossar as well as pigul are set forth in many places in Sefer Kedoshim. This prohibition applies in the time of the temple to both men and women. One who transgresses this mitzvah and eats a kazayas, an olive's volume of Nossar, if he did so intentionally, he is liable to chorus, right, excision. And if he did so unintentionally, b'shoigeg, he is obligated to bring a fixed chatas offering. The Chinuch mentioned above, at notes 13 and 14, that with regard to certain laws, meaning tuma, like impurity, pigul and Nossar cannot be combined to constitute a minimum amount, but with regard to other laws, they can be combined. Here Chinuch clarifies that pigul and Nossar do combine with regard to liability for eating. The law regarding eating a kazayas, likewise, applies if one ate a kazayas that consisted of part Nossar and part pigul together, even though each by itself was less than a kazayas. For regarding the law of liability for eating, pigul and Nossar do combine. Wow! Baruch Hashem, we finished that mitzvah. Thanks for listening. To sponsor future mitzvah 36, 100 for the gold. Have a wonderful rest of your day.